my God. That is how the fortissimo sounds like when it was unintentional. So let me see. Let's see what's happening. Are we technologically challenged again? Yeah, okay, so it seems to be working at this end. I don't know how it's there. I'm just going to quickly report the bug. No, I just pressed something. I don't know what am I doing. You know, when you there is reason why they say Festina Lente. So because it's just get this one, copy link, and then do the emailing. Oh, good. And we are back, Gregory. Thanks for joining all the way from Twitch. Oh, no, you are on Facebook, right? Is it Facebook or Twitch? I'm never sure because of the the same colors. Colors are very determining. Okay, no, not this one. Oh my God, it's so complex. So let me just check in here. Okay, 2 and Peter. Paste is not working, so let's get it again. Copy a link, and then now let's put it in there. Yes, excellent. Friends, okay. Okay. And the exciting news, it seems that also now this is integrated into Facebook, right? It's integrated into Twitter. So I wonder how it looks like finally, because before it was a very, I wonder, is it a case of a small vertical within the horizontal, or is it better integrated? Okay, it's still vertical within the horizontal. Maybe it's still not, anyway. Okay, so we'll see. Let's begin now. And let's begin from the constructive part. So now we have to hear some of the voices more in here. So I just want. Very serious in here. Second. Yeah, I don't know how it's actually maybe better over the piano. This part. So that's the problematic part. Actually, now the next one that I'll be working on, this one actually. Okay, that's for later a bit. There was some sound. Today technology is behaving very strange. Could be the electricity as well. So if something starts exploding, very strange. Okay, it's okay now. from nearby Montenegro, from south. Is there a sound coming out from my piano? So there was suddenly a sound coming out. Today, technology is behaving all weird. I'm affecting it. By the way, is anybody else affecting technology? I've been reading it's a phenomenon, and of the kind of the people that are with a high profile. Gerald Lanier also has this, and I think also some scientists sometimes would affect technology in a weird way. So I've had this for so many years, since childhood anyway. I'm just hoping that it's not going to destroy this piano, because oh my god. Intermezzo with the piano, yes. Except it's unstaged. Unstaged intermezzo. Ah, see? A very strange ending. So one more time, I think from the problematic part. see what's happening in there. And here actually. Okay, so let's start from the beginning, I think. Interesting. I had the wrong note in here the entire time. Let's now work on this part now. Do you hear that? How sinister. Oh my god, and this accentuation I didn't follow either. Crazy, right? Yes. But life is crazy as well. dying on the external second thing. Hi John. Yes, I have, but I haven't been streaming actually much. So I breached my agreement with myself the last few days. There was a lot of things happening in offline life. So I wasn't really streaming that much. I think in 5 days ago I streamed a bit outdoors, and then I was restructuring because I'm doing other projects. I'm relaunching the Mapoids. If I think you would recall when I was starting that in April, May, and then it was kind of like hit and so many things going on that got me off the track. So I have several installation pieces that I still have to work on, and of course the piano has been with me. So as ever, the Prokofievism, the Mussorgsky, the pictures at the exhibition, the Bach, I'm revisiting the Art of Fugue, and what else? Oh yes, of course, and that one. Did you hear this one, by the way? This is the new piece that I started about maybe a month ago, 2 months. Yeah, let's work on that a little bit. I just feel like it because it's a refreshment. So, but I'm still need to perfect some aspects, some technicalities of the one at hand. Hold on a second, I'm going to show you the password for accessing, and look at the paintings. I've been working on these. I want to integrate some of the photos with the digital paintings. Here, relaunching. Yeah, Mapoids, definitely. And then I also wanted for everybody, that's interested. It's a participatory art project. So I'm inviting people to share the maps of your movements, to just draw over the map of where you want to share, and then to think about the thoughts that you've been thinking while you were doing that. Or it could also be imaginary maps of your minds from one point to another, because that's how we are functioning, it seems. It's either the database, as Umberto Eco says, everything is in the data sheets, or else it's the maps from one point to another, all sorts of roads, silk roads, and so on and so forth. Anyway, I don't know why I'm mentioning all of these things, but there is a lot of association. So this morning I was also writing a lot, and because my dreams were very, very inspiring last night. Where is my music? There it is. Okay, excellent. So I want to play a little bit this etude now for you, because that's a fresh piece. And there's this sense of urgency at the edge. They're kind of the Little Red Riding Hood. This is like, yeah, absolutely. So that idea is, it's not only the idea about the participation, but it's also much grander, because I want to do an art within an art within, because we are living in the world where copy paste is one of the most fundamental movement of the mind. And then the meta, the meta, which means one within the other. And that seems to be how the world is revolving. You can always go into the details of something until the infinite reaches of that thing in itself. Yeah, this one is actually bright. It seems bright because it's a Little Red Riding Hood, but it's definitely brilliant, but it's also very dark. And it's funny how I titled it, and now we actually mentioned how I titled this stream, which is the continuation of the failed stream, technically. So anyway, because this is about the wolf that's chasing the Little Red Riding Hood, and this is where the chase. So maybe I'll start from the beginning just to get you into the mood. So I just heard this. Normally, I'm not a big fan of Rachmaninoff because of so many aspects of romanticism, but then I'm learning to appreciate, because I think for everything there is a stage of appreciation, for at least. And so I realized that this is kind of reflecting within me something that's very special about absorbing the demons, becoming a demon in order to equalize the world around us. This interaction between the internal turmoil and the external turmoil. So starting from here. Okay, from that point, I'm going to slow down significantly. And anyway, this is about a bit more about the practicing session than the performance. And anyway, it's just in the work in progress. I'm just thinking about something else. I was having some thoughts that I wanted to share, and then trying to equalize exactly measure the world around, because it's all of these darknesses, and I sometimes feel like the positive psychology in its kind of ignore, put into the carpet kind of stuff is not very productive. I think we just have to face, just not be afraid of things, and this is also very much in alignment with a lot of the ancient texts, how to overcome something. And a lot of the music and visual world is about overcoming things, finding the sublime within. And so, jumping off of the topics, because everything is actually related, correlated, and going into the idea of Mapoid. Actually, I think that it's kind of a journey, mapping the things, but also finding this special things in everything, in the most mundane. And when I think about the music, because it's in time, it has the advantage in that sense that because it's immediately it's something special, but with visual art, it's kind of more of a planning. So anyway, let's go back to this part where the demon is approaching, and then you absorb, become the demon, and then deal with the world. But it could also be a dream, as Daniel, that sometimes is joins me and is golden in the input as to how to play this piece, how to hear first and foremost, because it is so intangible. So anyway. Okay, let's continue this a bit more of a practicing. Now, the sublime can be exactly is fully immersed in the true state of the world. The child is an artist. It's never. Thank you. Yes, yeah, yeah. Like I feel that what Gustav Jung says that I'm getting out of this stage of individual ideation. You know, there is all of these stages, and the first one is to become aware of everything, and then of creating the identity, the self, and then the second stage, the next stage is about the togetherness and how can the society be changed as a result. And since some days, few days ago, when since the heat has subsided a little bit, it has been, by the way, absolutely terrible summer in Montenegro. There was so many fires because it's a country, it's unbelievable kind of country where they just set the place on fire during summer. So many uh, uh, and there are actually people that filmed those people who were setting things, the whole forest on fire. And there are all sorts of speculations. It could be political because this was kind of a good tourist season despite the COVID. So that made second half of the August almost intolerable to survive. It was very difficult to breathe and everything. And and it was very difficult for me to figure out to have a clear thinking because I'm so connected to nature, and it hurts me when the nature is hurting. And maybe even more than some other things, but anyway, or more than usual, what's happening with people. So it has been affecting me a lot. And then on top of that, Instagram has been terrible, that they have been restricting some of my music, especially this one at the back playing, thinking that I'm just sharing somebody else's recording. Like, imagine that. Yeah, that was really, really desperate. I don't think, although I haven't been in here in the summertime except for the last summer when COVID made me stay for such a long time, but it was very, very bad. It was constantly, and the smoke was just coming in. Gameplay. Hello, Steph Fritzak. Thanks. So. So this is the variation number one from Goldberg Variations, and it has been triggering hell for me. It's only one of many that were triggering hell, especially for Bach, because the Instagram was thinking that somebody else playing, and it is one of those recordings. I think it was either Deutsche Grammophon or some of those. And so that was also very discouraging for me to share a lot of stuff on social media when it comes to musical side of things. And but anyway, at least this stream is still going, even though I played that one. How ridiculous to think that even. Yes, Goldberg Alici, thanks for joining. Daniel joined on the Twitter feed with me, but Daniel. Oh, really? Okay, so I didn't see him. Is Daniel in there as well? Hold on a second. How can I um on Twitter? All right, so maybe it's not integrated properly. Hold on a second, because I don't see any comments from Twitter. Um, and I know that there has been a change with Hubs. that integrated to, yeah, that's true so much. Absolutely, John. It's so true. So powerful. Just let me see what's happening with the, yeah, because I'm not seeing any comments. Interesting. So I see two streams at the same time regarding the, oh no, sorry, it's one and then the other. Okay, this is a live one. Still says Periscope. um, I don't know, Daniel, if you are there and if you can hear me, I'm not seeing your comments. So definitely. Aha, Hubslink wasn't on my Twitter post, right? Hold on a second. Yeah, with all of this technology, I feel like some days it's just a challenge. Oh yeah, indeed, it just shows Periscope. Interesting. So they did make some change. So I have no idea. I'll just have to deal with this afterwards, I think. Yes. Yeah. Why is it two? How can I see this now? Okay. I've shared 11,000 comments over the time. Sorry, 11,000 tweets over the time. Is yeah. Yeah, because I got a notification yesterday that the full integration has been completed. So now Hubs is going straight into the Twitter feed, which is convenient, but I still don't see the vertical. It's still vertical within the horizontal. Yeah, it's so for me it's also new, so we'll have to explore in togetherness. Now let's go back into the darkness of the wolves approaching the Little Red Riding Hood. It's the same like the world approaching us, the individual, how to deal with the wolf. And the wolf can be anything from the industrious cubicle monstrous boss, the employer that is making us conditioned um, as to what we fear and what we don't fear. A fear from starvation, a fear from being on the street, and also the fear of socially being sidewise, right? Can we put that? All of those fears, right? God is loving God. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate that. Yes. So it's not good. I just remembered. Well, that's why. Maybe I haven't updated my app, or else maybe it hasn't reached my region yet because I'm at the Flammarion engraving at the end of the world, and so a lot of things come very much later. Is it the wolf can be exactly that's the point. You see this transcendence of art and the wide imagination that I'm always um, trying to invite people to think with me. So just look at this rashness. something else that I wanted to, oh yes, to join with the hi, beautiful Jess. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Wonderful. So we have more of the wonderful energy in here, exploring the chase, the crazy chase between the wolf and the Little Red Riding Hood, going back into the childhood, back to the beginning. You know, there is a saying in Serbo-Croatian language that you can recognize the day by the quality of the morning. And I find that very much true, both in terms of the mundane, just, you know, the banal, the way how day is, when we look at the sky in the morning, but also symbolically within the life, when we are looking at how we were as children and what were the strivings, and we find a lot of correlation later in life, except for some people that really changed, embrace the newness. But most people just kind of go with the flow, and we find that. And then when we are thinking about the tales as well, the fairy tales, and they have a lot of this kind of demonic, and then later that gets transported into the heroes. You know, the Joseph Campbell who says about the face with the sorry the face with the thousand masks, like something like that, that book, which is great insight into that we each of us have a mask based on the stories that we were told and made believe. And so today's society, I think it's a lot about this sense of success, of everything available for consumption, which is a little bit on a dark side. So it's a little bit of a wolf, in my opinion. But anyway, it's a complex topic to talk about maybe some other time. Now let's go into the wolfness of this etude. So here I'm making a lot of mistakes. Play this by memory, but actually needed to turn the page at least nearby. This is the real page actually. That this part that I thought I don't know it. Such a density in Rachmaninoff music. That's something that I really enjoy a lot actually. Let's see, just yeah, I've been live for a full hour. I think I'll probably have to be finishing this. Maybe play just the movement of Prokofiev one more time with all of its faults, and then I'll be finishing this stream. Is playful. Yeah, absolutely. You know, a bit of a devilishment, isn't it? Quite a lot. You know, because it wants to seduce. There is that sense as well. The world wants to seduce us as well when we are looking at all of the news and stories and the ideals of the ideas we should be striving towards. to where it should be. It's coming back into itself. Oh no. In fact, so this ending is very interesting because it feels to me that the Little Red Riding Hood actually overcome the wolves by becoming the wolf, just carrying it away with its own medicine in a way. But then in the end, the wolf gave up on her. And then there is a message, I'll come back, but maybe not necessarily on her because she overcome, but on somebody else. It's just a nature of things. It's the element in on of this living that can't be overcome. Where to go after our innocence becomes exactly, wow, this is amazing. Big question is, where do we go after our innocence becomes experience? This is none of the reminder. Yeah, exactly. So that's actually why I really appreciate you, John. Wow, that comment is super warm, warming to the heart for me. Yeah, it's definitely. Just let me see, yeah. Did I get when we become experience? Do we remain innocent? That's a big question and it's a big concern, right? I think we do if we have a memory, if we don't forget it. Like there is a reason why there is this well of forgetfulness. Finally, I'm writing um, some of my dreams. Actually, I've been writing, but I haven't been posting them. And then I'm integrating those into the ideas Rexoids that maybe could also become mapoids. I still have to figure out the writing, the external form of it. And then this morning I wrote ginormous dreams. I still haven't posted it. It's coming. It's going to go live on Patreon in 2 days. But it was very very interesting because I had the vision about this futuristic world and then in the morning, I was contemplating why is it that we have this lock that we can't access our dreams, even though a lot of the current hypotheses in psychology is that we are actually have them somewhere stored in the memory, it's just not accessible. It reminds of the story of Plato about the river of forgetfulness that supposedly when we die, we have to drink into this river of forgetfulness that makes us forget the previous life in order to continue forward. So maybe it's the same kind of mechanism, but as to why and is that connected to this lost innocence, I have a feeling that it could easily be. So and then of course in this piece it's indeed questioning it, and especially this, but I think it's also stating the way the world is, how this kind of evil will always come in this particular musical sentence. Ginormous dreams, they can be truly, yeah, I know exactly, Dante. And then if you don't write them down, if you don't write them down without technology, the pen, actually the tablet in my case, um, the moment that they are being wakened into this reality, they are gone. because it's kind of like this, you know, I'm I'm more sinister than you, kind of prancing about the beginning. So that's in my mind the wolf. One moment, just I'm thinking that this first one should be more on the right hand, and then the second one more on the left hand because it's a diminuendo, and then the sforzando at the end, and then it's the piano, the next chord. Yes, so let's just see. A little bit of romanticism. Oh my god, I've been losing myself a lot in here, and the pedal started for some reason to screech. The pedal is also rebelling. The Little Red Riding Hood being chased by the monster, and then making it become a monster, right? The wolf gives because of the Little Red Riding Hood. Yes, I think that's also that also, but also this relentless optimism to just engulf, and she's also able to engulf. I don't think it's just a relentless optimism, although I understand you're thinking that it's like a two layers that they don't touch each other. I think it's also with every optimism you have to have you know, like a yin yang, some aspects of pessimism, and then it's a question which devours what despite her fears. Exactly, and facing of the fears, that's what I feel in here is a lot like. Okay, so I'm not going to stop in here because I want my mind to be memorizing this, and my pedal has gone all AWOL. Why is it? Yeah, it's kind of something is happening with my pedal. I'll have to check that. Fears, absolutely. So, okay, thanks so much everyone for joining. I'll have to be finishing this. It was a really interesting, more than an hour stream. So I'll see everybody another time. Have a great morning, afternoon. John, special thanks for the inputs, and especially about the thing, you know, how we like, when we sometimes are like-minded. But also I like to invite the opposite minded because we grow from each. Like one is giving us kind of a support to continue going, and the other one is making us question as to when we are going, should we be turning left or right. So thank you. And Keith, welcome. Thanks for joining. So, okay, I'll see everybody another time. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening. Bye.